first to wish you happy birthday.
Yes! Happy birthday, boy,
No, well, yes, it's my birthday, but no, that's not why you're the first.
You lost me.
Ronaldo Robinson, you are the first to greet the future Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
What?
Yes, the future Prime Minister of this country. I am 18 now. I am a man. I can vote. I can even be your Prime Minister.
Alright, Kyle, let me tell you something. Alright, normal people not excited to turn 18 to vote. Alright, it's about lying. Partying is what 18 is about. The girls, Kylo, the girls.
Boy, you just don't understand the power we have as citizens of this country. Voting is a right many people fought for us to have.
No, I turned 18 2 years ago and the last thing on my mind was voting.
As young adults, we have a right to lead the country in the direction that we want to see it. We, Ronaldo, we can do that.
Alright, this conversation getting a little too heavy. Alright, you need to relax. Today's your birthday and we have to celebrate. Alright?
Woohoo! You know about the Cipriani statue in the heart of Port of Spain?
Yeah.
So then you know who is Captain Arthur Andrew Cipriani?
No? But I sensing that you're about to tell me.
That statue, Ronaldo, was unveiled in 1959 by Dr. Eric Williams, 3 years before our independence from Britain, to recognize Captain Cipriani's role as the pioneer of the nationalist movement of Trinidad and Tobago, and to commemorate our own historical development, our own positive action, our own native history made by native hands and the aspiration of our native peoples.
Yeah, no, I still lost.
Oh gosh, let me break it down.
In 1802, Trinidad became a British colony or crown colony, ruled by a governor appointed by the monarch.
We rule things here.
A petition by 1,700 persons was sent to the colonial office in 1846, asking that we have representation on the governing assemblies.
You can't just rule things.
We have to have a say.
Yes, we have to have a say too.
Also,
In 1924, 78 years later, 6% of the men over 21 and women over 30 were allowed to vote provided that they met income and or property qualifications, and the first general elections in Trinidad and Tobago took place in 1925.
Yeah, we could vote. Whoopee!
but we still can't.
In the first elections held, Captain Andrew Arthur Cipriani, a Trinidadian of Corsican descent, secured a seat on the Legislative Council. During his time, he struggled against racial discrimination and fought for constitutional reform to give universal rights to vote and better rights for workers.
I find the captain is a nice man, you know. Yes, he trying.
Well, I feel he need to try harder because Massa still rule things.
In 1945, Captain Andrew Arthur Cipriani died. The first universal elections was held in 1946, where all persons over 21, male and female, were allowed to vote without the previous income and property qualifications.
Wait, you're 21?
Yes!
I'm 21 too. We can vote.
Vote! Yes! Vote for our rights! Right to have things
and say things in this country.
Have your say about things in this land.
Okay.
30 years later, in 1976, all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago 18 years and over were allowed to vote, and that is where we began.
So you see, voting at the age of 18 is no small thing. Our forefathers had over 130 years of struggle just to get to this point, to vote at the age of 18. This right you have now, some people even died to give us this right. So don't take it lightly.
Gosh, boy, you could labor a point, eh? All this historian thing. What we doing for your birthday?
Well, I need to find out more about the electoral process of Trinidad and Tobago, so I could position myself.
Position yourself?
Yeah, to become the future Prime Minister. Keep up now, Ronaldo.
Alright, well, I think Mom called me to go and scrub the yard, cut the bush, and clean the bathrooms, alright? That's I'm a little more excited. So I will leave you.
Hey, no, you can't go now. I'd help you when we have to find your car.
Yeah, no, there's not the same thing, Kyle.
Well, it have this girl and who will be able to help us.
A girl?
Yeah. glad that you could see me. Hi, this is my friend Ronaldo.
Yes, Stacy, Ronaldo is the name.
Oh, okay.
Nice to meet you.
To meet you too, Kyle. You were there.
Yeah. Well, I know you're studying political science, and I really wanted to find out more about the electoral process in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, that's a big question. Where to start?
Well, we are familiar with the historical aspects, but homeboy here, he wanna be prime minister.
Serious?
Well, yeah. I mean, why not me? I love this country. I would love to see it blossom even further.
Well, I think that's very admirable, Kyle. I think I can help. We could start with the British influence in our political system.
Yes, the British had a lot to do with the politics in this country since the 1362 events.
1862? Not quite.
Sorry, Stacey, go on.
Trinidad and Tobago follows the Westminster model of government and upholds the traditions of parliamentary democracy it inherited from Britain. We gained our independence from Great Britain in 1962 and in 1976 became a republic, which meant we replaced the British monarch with the president as head of state. The Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago has two chambers. The House of Representatives, with 41 members elected by the citizens at the general elections. The presiding officer is the Speaker of the House, who can be elected from either within or outside the House of Representatives. The Senate has 31 appointed members, 16 government senators appointed on the advice of the Prime Minister, 6 opposition senators appointed on the advice of the Leader of the Opposition, and 9 independent senators appointed by the President to represent other sectors of civil society. The President of the Senate is the presiding officer of the Senate and should not be confused with the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The President of the country is elected by an electoral college, which consists of the members of the Senate and House of Representatives for a 5-year term. The Prime Minister is appointed by the President following a general election. The person with the most support among the elected members of the House of Representatives is usually appointed Prime Minister. The general direction and control of the government rests with the Cabinet, led by a Prime Minister. The Prime Minister and Cabinet are answerable, at least in theory, to the House of Representatives. Elections may be called earlier by the President at the request of the Prime Minister or after a successful motion of no confidence against the Prime Minister or government is passed in the House of Representatives. That could force the government to call an election.
Well, this conversation is going really interesting, but boy, look at the time.
Wait now, Ronaldo. Stacey, that really cleared up some questions for me. But how do you become a candidate and end up in Parliament?
Boy, watch me, just get some flyers, stick it around all over the place. Some banners, get a mic man to drive around shouting, vote for me or vote for Kyle. And what up, stay in Parliament, boom.
Well, it may take a little more than that, Ronaldo, because we had to answer the same question in class, and this is what I found out.
Trinidad and Tobago is divided into 41 constituencies, 39 in Trinidad and 2 in Tobago. And in each area, voters can vote for their candidate of choice. Any person seeking to be a candidate in an election must be nominated by at least 6 persons who are registered voters. Their names must appear on the list of electors for the district in which the candidate is seeking nomination. You can only be a candidate for one electoral district. Prospective candidates are required to complete the prescribed nomination forms. However, all nomination papers must be presented to the returning officer on nomination day for processing and validation. The returning officer is the person who has the overall responsibility for the conduct of the elections. All returning officers are appointed by the Elections and Boundaries Commission of Trinidad and Tobago. On nomination day, the returning officer examines all nomination papers, and once they are valid and the deposit is paid, the nominee is declared to be a candidate for their electoral district. Soon after the date of an election is announced, a writ of election is issued under the seal of the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It is addressed to each returning officer. A writ of election fixes the date for the nomination of candidates and the date for the taking of the poll. Election day is generally held on a Monday, not less than 21 days after nomination day. For example, if polling day is 26 October, then nomination day is 5th October.
So you must be nominated by 6 voters before you can become a candidate?
Well, I guess a little ahead of yourself there, because nothing cannot happen without being a registered elector.
which is where we started. See, today is his 18th birthday, so he can register to vote. So tell us, how is that done, Stacey?
Well, let's check ebctt.com. That's the Elections and Boundaries Commission website.
If you're over 15 but less than 18, you can still register, but your name will be excluded from the list of electors. However, you are entitled to receive an ID card. You must apply in person to the registration office in your area. A list of registration offices can be found online at ttconnect.gov.tt. To ensure that the service you want is provided at the office location, you should call them first. You must also have an original computer-generated birth certificate and a copy of it to attach to your application.
This is great. Because I have my birth certificate, I can become a registered voter. Let's go, Ronaldo. Stacey, thanks a million.
You're very welcome, Kai.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Stacey.
Same here.
Oh, well, what are you doing later, Stacey?
I'm not sure.
Well, Kyle having a little birthday lime at his home, and we was wondering if you want to just hang out with us.
I have an Oh yes, a lime at my home. Yes, Stacey, it would be great if you could come.
Well, can I bring my friend Brittany?
Sure, sure, Brittany is more than welcome.
Stacey, thanks a million and see you later. But not before we stop up by that registration office, Ronaldo.
Yeah, but you don't have a party to plan?
Yeah, a political party.
Hey.